All right, friends, it is time to do our You've Got a Friend in Me. We're going to transfer the music from here to we're going to go to our notepad. So we got to scroll down to notation. We're going to add the plus sign up here. That is, want to do a new song? Okay, so you can see it is a full page of rests, a full page of nothing. In fact, an ad. Yay! I love this program, Notation Pad. Excellent. Okay, we're adding plus. There we go. I'm trying to get to page 2 because you can see at the end of this program down there, there is not a double bar. Down here at the end, not a double bar, which means there's another page. It's not over till, there it is, the double bar. So what we need to do, first of all, is find out how many measures we need on this song. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm not going to do the repeat. 14 measures. That means all of the measures on page 2 can leave. How do we get rid of them? You go down to the bottom here where we have several selections. Right now we have the quarter note clicked. We don't want that. We want that one. Now, there's one with a plus sign. That's the one that showed up right here. And the one with an X. That is that one right up here. That's the one we want. Plus sign means add measures. X means get rid of measures. So I have now selected, yes, I would like to get rid of these measures. Then you go up to where the measures are. You click that last measure and look, it went from 3 measures to 2 measures. I'm now going to touch it again. And now it is gone from 2 measures to 1 measure. And you keep doing that. Yes, get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it. Yes, I want it gone. Erase, 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 erase. Okay, as you can see, I have gotten it to where, I'm going to squish it down. I've only got 1 line of blank measures on page 2 that I'm still getting rid of. Erase, 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 erase. See, I'm down to 5 measures. Erase and 4 measures, 3 measures, 2 measures. I've only got 1 extra measure. I'm going to press erase. And now everything is on page 1. We know this because at the bottom of page 1, right here, is the double bar. But we only need 14 measures, and we have way more than 14 measures. We're going to continue erasing, erase, 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 erase. Okay, got to be smaller. We don't know where we are. Erase, erase. I've got 3 lines of music now. I've erased all of page 2, and I'm going from the bottom up on page 1, erasing. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 measures on the top row. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Got to get rid of this whole bottom row. Okay, I'm going to go erase, 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 erase. I now have 2 lines, but I think I still need to get rid of about 2 more measures. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 measures on top. Okay, care to count them? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have 1 measure too many. I now have only 14 measures, and that is how many measures that I need. Okay, so 14 measures there, 14 measures here. What is the first thing that happens in measure number 1? So what I've done is I've put counting numbers. We're in 4/4 time. That means we have to have 4 beats in every measure. How are we determining these beats? I have added them up down here. We start with a half a beat. 1 and 2. So it goes 1/8, quarter, 1/8, quarter, 1/8, 1/8. So an eighth note gets a half of a beat. So we have a half plus a half, that's 1. There's a quarter note, that's 2. Another quarter note, that's 3. 2 eighth notes together, that's 4. That first measure is made up. It starts with an eighth note, a quarter note, an eighth note, a quarter note, 2 eighth notes. That is all of the beats in measure 1. It starts when we're adding notes, we start always count up from the bottom, and on the very first line, that's the letter E. Remember, it's every good boy does fine. That's the name of the lines. The spaces are FACE, or Frankenstein ate cookies every day. So we're going to start with an E. What do I have to do to put that in here? Now I'm currently on choosing getting rid of measures. I don't want to do that anymore. Now I have to go back down here and press the note. Once you press the note and you say, yes, I'd like to add notes, please, it gives you a whole selection of notes here. It starts with the quarter note. We don't want that one. We're going to be starting with the eighth note. That's the one with the flag. That is our first note that we're adding. And sometimes we get another add. Sometimes when you choose that, you have to slide this over and it sees it goes from notes to rests. We're starting here on notes. It's that quarter note. Remember, we want the eighth note. That's our first note. We go to right here. That's the note we want. Where do we put that note? We put it on this bottom line. Right there on that bottom line, the E. So we go here. First thing I'm going to do, I am going to enlarge this by, oh look, there I go. 4 beats in the measure. Right now I have 4 beats, but it's 4 beats of rest. As soon as I put a note in there, it's going to change that. I'm ready to go with my first eighth note. I press my finger on here, and it gives me, hard to see, but it gives me, it enlarges it, and it gives me a little X, a little plus sign. It looks like a crosshairs. Okay, I need to put that crosshair, put the middle of the crosshair on that first line. There's my E. It actually sings the E for you. Okay, first note in. What do I do next? Next thing I need a quarter note. So we have to go back down here and we have to change from the eighth note to the quarter note. Where am I going to put that quarter note? I'm going to put it up 1 line. E, G, counting up from the bottom. I'm going to count up 1 line, 2 lines. Second line up from the bottom. I push on here and I drag my X marks the spot to G. Okay, so far it looks just like this paper. I need another eighth note. I have to go back down here to the bottom, choose eighth note. Here's my eighth note. I put it back on the same line as the very first eighth note. So it's going to go first line, second line, back to first line. Okay, so I press on here, make my X, E, and then I need another quarter note. Okay, go back down here, pick a quarter note. Where do I need that quarter note to go? Okay, counting up from the bottom, it is on the second space. We're going to skip the first space. We're going to put the E on the second space. It's an A, excuse me. Okay, I make my little X. I move my X up. There's my A. So I have line note, second line up, first line again, second space. You've got a friend. Well, that's what we've got so far. Next one goes to 2 eighth notes. Got to go back down here. Choose my eighth note. Where is it going to go? I go back up to second line up. Okay, second line up, G, second line up. The next one is first line, back on the first line. Go here. Okay. I'm trying to not play a note. I'm trying to move the measure over. So annoying. That's what happens when you spend money on things you don't have to have the ads. Okay, we've got our first measure. You've got a friend in me. As you'll notice on here, we have this note right here, and it's got this little smiley thing underneath it, and it's connecting it to this note in the next measure. The first thing we do is put that next note in the next measure, measure number 2. It's a quarter note. I have to go back down to here, pick my quarter note, and put it on that first line. So I have 2 of the same note. Whoops! Now, that made the wrong note. What I need to do, I dropped it, and it's too far down. It's on the space. It's not on the line. I say, undo that. So I press the undo button, and it erases it. So I've still selected my quarter note. I just need to get it into the right spot. And it did it again. Let's try that one more time. Okay, now I've got line note, but I'm missing the little smiley part. That's because we have to add it by going down here at the bottom. So as you see on the bottom, we have very, very bottom row, we have quarter note. Then we have this random weird dot. Press the random weird dot. And oh, look, you go up here. The last choice up there is the smiley note. It's called a tie. Not like a man's tie that goes around. You just tie it with a rope to the next one. So I choose the tie. Now I go up here. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. I say that, and yet it's not doing it. Now, what I do is I put that tie onto that first note. So I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to press it, and I'm going to line our little target mark on that note. And gosh, I hope it does it. It didn't do it that time. Come on. Here we go. There you go. I put it on the first note, and it automatically connected it to the second note. Okay, and guess what? That's the only thing that happens in measure 2. Just that tie, and then we've got rest, rest. Guess what? It automatically puts the rests in because it knows each measure has to equal 4. So if you don't do anything else, it puts the rests in for you. Well, let's hear what we've got so far. How do we do that? We press this drop-down menu. No more ads. And it just keeps closing it. So I have to go back to the untitled thing I just opened, press this drop-down menu, and get a different ad. That's not what I want it to do. Close. Reopen the song for the 3rd time in a row. Press this drop-down menu. There, that's what it's supposed to do. And then we press that triangle, which tells it to play. Oh, there it did. Now, we've got the first 2 measures done. How do we save it? Okay, in this drop-down menu, we go here to the thing that looks a little bit like the Mercedes-Benz sign. When you press that, it says, oh, would you like to give this a title? Yes, thank you. Randy Newman has already done that. It is called You've, with an apostrophe, You've Got a. friend. Okay, we go down to the author. I did not write this song. I am doing the putting it in, but I did not write this song. Who wrote this song? It says right here that the words and music are by Randy Newman. Well, he's the one who wrote it. He's the author. He owns the song. We put his name right there with author. Randy New, M-O-N or M-A-N? New, oh, it's Newman. So it's N-E-W-M-A-N, Randy Newman. Okay, I've put it in there. You've got a friend, Randy Newman. That quarter note equals 120. That's telling us how fast it goes. That works out pretty well. We're going to go ahead and do that. At the very bottom is a check mark saying, is that what you wanted to say? Yes, that is what I'd like it to say. Once I do that, it saves it. So I can go back and, oh, look, it automatically put the title at the top. And on the side up there, it says Randy Newman. Okay, friends, that's the first two measures of You've Got a Friend, putting the title on, putting the author's name on, and putting in a tide mark. We will continue. I'm going to post this on YouTube, and I'm going to send it to you guys so you can get that far. And I will see you at 3 o'clock today. Okay.